an example of beating.
So okay, so beating includes making me kneel. Oh no. So you may not be understanding what beating is. So it's not in the traditional sense of what the Black community sees it as. I'm talking about getting beat with paddles, having to kneel on rice to the point that my knees were cut open, and writing down that I don't like my skin color. I want these people did like mental warfare, right? So it's not just getting your swat on the back. These are people who didn't give me food because I used AAVE, or I used conjunctions like didn't instead of saying did not, right? So it's not just beating. This is severe abuse. There's no justification for that.
I'm so sorry, Carlos.
Wait, Trina, hold on, you guys. Y'all, I am on a subway. Y'all, can we complete the subway, please, you guys? I am on a subway. Also, you guys, can you guys help me reach my gift goal, you guys? We have 2.K in here, you guys. Can you guys help me reach my gift goal, please, y'all?
I have a question for Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington, what can white supremacist, white adoptive parents teach a Black teenage boy about living as a Black man in this country? What can they teach us?
Okay, so the premise would be something negative. So I don't think that would help. That would be helpful or beneficial to a Black man at all.
Thank you, Trina.
A parent would be a parent.
Thank you,
A supremacist, using that example of a supremacist, that would be something that would be detrimental. So using that as an example, I would find that humorous. You asking me that question?
Thank you, Trina.
Why would it be humorous? I'm not understanding the humor.
The factor that you added in a white supremacist. I deem that I find that funny for you to use that as an example.
When your parents are part of the KKK,
to me, so I don't have to justify it.
They're Klans members.
Did you understand what I said?
Gift goal. I just pinned the gift goal, you guys. There's a gift goal right there. I pinned it. Go ahead.
It's not there, Diamond. Redo it. I don't see it.
Y'all don't see it?
I don't see it.
It's there. We had 11 out of 50, 12 out of 50.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. I didn't see it.
Let's go, Christine, with the subscription. Go ahead, Mr. Washington. Carlos, I would like to hear your conversation, but can it be one person at a time, please?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mr. Washington.
You setting a parameter on a question about parenting, I would find it funny.
Okay.
You said a supremacist. So to me, you adding that in there, like, wow, I can't believe that someone that you, with your background and the stuff that you've gone through, to ask me about parenting and then include a supremacist saying that, would that be beneficial?
Well,
I would find that humorous of you to ask me that.
Well, that's because that's who my parents were.
Okay. So for me, again, I don't think that would be a great thing for anybody to go through. Someone that is detrimental.
Okay, so we both agree on that. So
on that, there you go. So that, to me, without adding that,
that goes back to if you are a white person and you haven't unpacked your internalized racism, you don't have to be a white supremacist to display white internalized racism.
Okay, there's Black people that can do that too, though.
Absolutely, but we're not speaking about Black people. We're speaking about
white people. Exactly, we're talking about parenting. That's all we were talking about.
But Mr. Washington, the whole thing started was what was the laugh needed for based off of his story. And that's where the confusion was.
If I find something humorous, Mello, and you get your panties in a bunch because I found something humorous on what he said.
I mean, I wouldn't come off mic to say
about to go smooth off the rails.
So 1 second, y'all. Let me put my disclaimers out here and etc. Goddamn. I do not own the rights to what they say in the comment section. Do not blame Diamond. I do not own the rights to what they say on the panel. Do not blame Diamond. We have a policy over here where you can pay $25 to drop a box, $50 to bring that person back up. Do not blame Diamond. Okay. Share the live, subscribe to the hottest show on TikTok in the AM. I cannot make this up, y'all. Help me reach my sub goal, y'all. We on a sub wave goal, y'all. Help me reach my sub wave goal, please. When I say your final words, that means someone paid to drop you. Do not blame Diamond. Mr. Washington, honey, you gotta say your final words.
Thank God.
That's fine. Thank you, Miss Diamond. Stay groovy. I'll catch y'all on the flip side.
All right, thank you.
So now we can actually get back to having a decent conversation instead of debating ignorance. That was weird.
Look, I talk with Mr. Washington on many different levels. I don't think that's what it is. It's just more. I just think based off of his experience compared to something he didn't experience, I just think he's overlooking what the importance of what he went through, and at that moment I feel like he just needed to understand better.
What I what I felt as what just happened to me is what happens to women when they share their experience being raped and they're asked what were they wearing or where were they were. There's never an excuse or a reason for a person, a human being, to go through any type of abuse or traumatic abuse. Even if there's no reason to try to justify it, even if you don't agree, I don't find humor in anything.
I agree.
I agree. Or abuse. Like, I may not agree with it. I may think like, oh, that's weird, but I wouldn't laugh because that's completely invalidating. And that is why children are allowed to be abused this way.
To add to what you were saying, Mr. Carlos, I feel that, and the reason why I feel that is because I myself am adopted, but I was adopted at a much younger age. I was adopted when I was 3 years old. But my dad is married to a YT woman, and every neighborhood I've lived in when I lived with him was a white area. All the schools I went to were pretty much white. And I have heard that saying, "Oh, you must be one of the good ones." Now, I didn't go through what you went through, but I have heard that saying from the YT people. "Oh, you must be one of the good ones," and it don't come off right. It don't. It never is, because it's implying that you know the stereotype that all black people are either criminals or whatever. So I have heard that before, so I know where you're coming from.
And I absolutely want to make one thing clear. I was left on the street when I was 15 years old. I don't look for woe with me or sympathy. I now make over $200,000 a year. I'm a self-made businessman. I own several businesses. I'm a 2-time published author. I don't look for sorrow. The reason why I have my platform and the reason why I speak the way that I do is because I need other black children to know that they can do it too. You don't have to be the person that you grew up in your environment. You can change. I'll let you guys know 10 years ago, I was a coon. I was a coon. I was a black, I was exactly who they wanted me to be. I was the one who says, oh, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Women shouldn't, abortions are wrong, all of these things. And now as a 33-year-old man, I understand that was implemented into me by people who did not have my people's best interests at heart, right? And that's why I say sometimes, not all the times, because it's not a monolith, but sometimes being adopted by white people can be like a Trojan horse to our own community. It really can, because we are black, we look like you, but then we use our voices to harm our own community. We use our votes to harm our own community. And that is what the important conversation should be, not laughing at trauma or saying if white people can adopt or not. It should be, if they do adopt, how do we properly educate them and train them on raising a black child so that child can be a productive citizen to their black community?
So it's safe to say that you do agree with what the topic is about. Should white tea people be able to adopt different race kids? So everything that you just said just proved everything I said, Diamond. And I didn't say anything particular. I did say hair, but it was a whole lot of stuff that I wanted to say, but he just narrowed it down. And about the check part, he just said that, and another guy said it before he said it. So with these people, that's just like the one that got paid to be put off, Mr. William, he was just speaking crazy stuff, just crazy. And I rest my case. That's all I had to say. It was just pointed out. Everything I said was true.
Well, I have this conversation on my page a lot, often. And the answer truly is no one's qualified to raise a child if they have not done the work. And that includes biological parents. So when
Right.
people say it goes both ways, it absolutely goes both ways. There are biological parents who are not emotionally or educational or trauma informed enough to be parents. Now, the difference between a biological parent and an adoptive parent is you just laid on your back for a meal at the Cheesecake Factory and 15 minutes of good time and had a baby. As with an adoptive parent, you went out of your way. You went out of your way to go grab a child. So you should be the most prepared. You didn't have a one night stand and oops, you're pregnant now. No, you went out of your way. So there is a difference when we're comparing parenting, right? That you cannot compare the two. But I'm not saying that biological parents don't make mistakes or aren't harmful. I'm saying if you're going to go out of your way to purchase a human being, because that's what adoption is, it's the exchangement of money for a human being. You should prepare yourself fully before you bring that child into your home.
I agree.
I agree.
So let me get this Cash App message out. This is a Instagram message, y'all. My Miss Diamond, my half mixed sister was adopted by a whole family, by a white family. I'm sorry. Our father passed, and her mother was in jail. She was there for 3 years, and she suffered badly. She was molested. She ate off the floor. She had to cut her foster parents' toenails. And she said they shaved her ball. Her adopted mother worked for Child Protective Services, so she never got in trouble. My sister is diagnosed with a paranoid personality disorder, among others disorders. And now she is living on the streets now, and I haven't seen her in 5 years. I'm sorry to hear that.
Good morning, Diamond.
Good morning, babe.
I am also an adoptee. I went through the foster care system.
Excuse me, there were other
Go
people
ahead.
up here before you. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Speak Truth was here first, and then I'm next, please.
Why are you gonna interject and you weren't even the one that wanted to talk?
I wanted to talk.
So then
Good morning.
So I just
Good
said there were
morning.
other
Hi,
people here
Diamond.
that wanted to talk. So Speak Truth go, so I can go, and then she can go. That's
Hi, good morning, Diamond. Hi, panel. Good morning. I'm also just wanting to get on the panel and just let you guys know that I'm adopted as well. I'm 41 years old, and I was adopted by a single Black mother. And at the time, 41 years ago, and as you can tell, I'm a dark-skinned Black woman. And I think Jeff made a statement about there is a hierarchy in terms of color. And so typically, if you're a darker skinned person, male or female, you're going to be on the bottom. But for some odd reason, I was promoted on a TV commercial for being a child up for adoption. And so due to that response, I had 10 white couples that wanted to adopt me. And back in the 80s, I don't know, back in that time frame, it was an epidemic of white people, wanting to adopt Black children. And my social worker at the time happened to be a Black man, and he was, wanting to see Black people who were eligible and wanting Black children and wanting to raise them go to Black parents. So my mother had to fight, literally, who was a Black woman, to get me as a single woman. Literally had to jump through hoops to prove that she's educated, that she could financially and mentally and emotionally support me. So there is requirements and standards that I think that Black people have to go through that white people do not have to go through in order to adopt us. And I will say that I was in one foster home, and my foster parents wanted to adopt me as a baby, but they were 70, so that they felt like, we don't want to pass, and then she goes back into the system. So I was only with them for a few months. My adoption was finalized by the time I was 1. So I don't have any traumatic experiences that I can remember. So I said my adoption story is more of a fairy tale, and I thank God for that every day. And I know that story is more of a fairy. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I know that some people experience something horrific, but I thank God every day for my mother and what she's done for me. I'm a successful, educated Black woman, and I'm just thankful for that. I'm thankful for her even wanting to do that. My mother never wanted to have kids biologically. She always knew that she wanted to adopt. So that was always her intention and purpose to adopt one child. So to answer, I think the original question that Jeff had made, um, or your original question was, should Black people or white people be able to adopt Black children? I do not believe so. Just because the emotional, the social, economic structure, the subculture of understanding us as Black people, I don't think that awareness is fully there for white people. It's difficult to sit down and have simple conversations about race, let alone how to raise a Black child. So I don't believe so. And I'll get down.
Let me just say something before I drop really quickly. I want you
Can you drop
guys
me? I'm
to
sorry, Diamond. Can you drop me out? I don't know how. Sorry.
I want you guys to understand the legalities. And the last guest, she's absolutely right. I keep saying adoption is not a monolith. Some people are going to pick that silver spoon and they're going to get a great life. But adoption only offers you a different life, not a better life. I need you guys to focus more on the legal aspect. So even in the best adoption, did you guys realize that our birth certificates are changed? Did everybody know that? When you are legally adopted, they change your birth certificate and they
Yep.
either destroy or they seal the original. And that causes problems because that disconnects us from our medical history. We're not allowed to know if our parents had diabetes, heart disease, risk of cancer. And another thing that happened to me specifically is when we become adults and we reunify with our families, we are no longer legally related to our biological family. So my birth mother, and my birth sister both died tragically 6 years ago in a car accident. I went to the morgue to identify their bodies. The first thing that the mortician asked me was for my birth certificate. Because my birth certificate was changed and legally sealed for 99 years, I was not able to claim their bodies. I was not legally related to them. There is no way to reverse this.
Oh my God.
There are
99 years?
There are 99 years. Some states
And
don't
it's
even let you
permanent?
do it at all. It's very permanent. There's no way to readapt or unadopt yourself. So I want you guys to talk more about the legal aspects of adoption as well. Someone mentioned that I brought my niece into my home, Big Trina. That is correct. I had brought my niece into my home. That is my brother's daughter. That's my biological brother's daughter. The loopholes that I had to jump to get her into my home because they were looking to me as a stranger instead of her biological uncle, we had to go through the system just to get guardianship instead of me being like, hey, I'm her uncle. She can come over, just like anybody else would do. Like we see that in the Black community a lot where grandma will take in the kids, auntie will take in the kids, and no one needs the system involved. The legalities that happen to adoptees are unethical. It doesn't matter if it's a white adoption, transracial adoption. Adoption in itself in America is the only country that allows you to purchase a human being priced on their age, race, ethnicity, and physical ability, and then this child is placed. Let me ask you this: what other law allows you to buy a human being, own them as property, change their name, change their religion, change their identity, and does not give them a way out? What other institution works like that in America?
None since slavery or prison.
Slavery. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. Please keep continuing to listen to adoptees.
Carlos,
Understand that my experience is not a monolith, but it is something to be spoken.
Before you leave, Carlos, what city in Michigan were you referring to when you had all of that going on with the supremacists? What city was that?
Allegan. That's Allegan. Allegan, Michigan.
Hey, Carlos.
Okay, yeah, I know. I live in Michigan, so okay, I got it.
Small question, Carlos.
Little small places in Michigan are actually notorious for racism and a couple of religious cults.
Okay, so I was at a young age. I wanted to find out who my biological parents were, right? And they told me my case was sealed, but when I turned 18, I would be able to do so. So since I've turned 18, I reached back out to the adoption agency where I was from, and they sent me a big packet, but everything referring to my biological parents was blacked out. Yes, it was redacted.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is.
Yep.
Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I actually also got my file when I was 19 years old. Any information that doesn't pertain to you specifically, like your name, any appointments that you went through, they redact it because they hide behind HIPAA and the rights to the other person, which they shouldn't be hiding behind HIPAA, but they use that excuse saying that your biological family have rights to privacy, which they kind of do. But you also have the right to know who you come from. You also have the right to know if you are predisposed or pre-exposed to any underlying health issues. Adoptees die from preventable diseases if they simply knew their biological history, right? Yeah,
Right.
there are some states like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Washington, and Oregon that now are allowing the children to get unredacted files, which is amazing. But an unredacted file really doesn't help you because a file is only what the social worker wrote down. It doesn't tell your truth. It just tells you what the worker wrote down about your family. So it may not even be the entire truth. So I always encourage people, even if you get your file, still try to find your family. Rather, you have to use DNA. I found my family by using, thankfully, when I got my file, my social worker, somebody asked me about my social worker in the comment sections. The reason I don't bring my social worker up is because I wrote a book about my experience in foster care. It's available everywhere books are sold. And she did the best that she could as a white woman working in a really messed up system. To this day, her name is Jennifer. I speak to her to this day. But my social worker left a sticky note on my file when they gave it to me, and it had my mom's name and her last known address. And that's the only reason I was able to find my mom. Because all of my information was redacted as well. So that is something that adoptees go through, but it's definitely doable. My husband was not adopted. His mom never knew who his dad was, and he's 34 now, and we just found his dad and went to a family reunion 2 months ago. So the power of DNA, I suggest every adoptee and every foster youth, if you don't know who your family is, go take that ancestry test. The answers could be there.
But I'm gonna say this too, to what that was, and to what Carlos was saying. It's called farming. Somebody spoke of it a few minutes ago. It's called farming.
Yeah, the
They do
documentary
farming.
on,
Let me finish. Let me finish right
I'm
quick.
the one saying, boss man. I'm
Okay.
just telling you. Yes, it's on Netflix. It's a documentary.
Yeah, they do it in Europe big time too. Because the thing about it is they get big money from the government. Like a lot of times you see a lot of YT people with black children adopted. They get $14,000 per child deduction. It's money. It's big money too. It's a big money train, the whole system, and that's why you see a lot of these celebrities adopting a lot of these children. It's big tax deduction. So if you think it's all about love, no, it's about that mighty dollar. When you try to break it down, and the thing about it is too, it's bias in the system because there are really poor white children in the system, and black parents be trying to adopt them. They try to get the parents to adopt black children because they don't want to adopt them white children. It's 8%. 8% of black people adopt white children, and it's done on purpose because they don't want you adopting those white children because they done did studies where they say when it comes down to raising other children or other races of black parents, we're fair. We're way fairer than any other group and sharing cultures and everything. We're way fairer than any other group. The stereotype they always try to say black people are violent, mean, that's not. You check the statistics, we are way more fair.
And let's
than any other
look
group
at
would come down to sharing cultures.
statistics. You're
Boss
correct.
man, let me ask you a question. Did you see, let me ask everybody, did y'all see that's the story of the mother of Angelina Jolie's child? She came out in the public and basically said like she had been looking for her daughter. She did not willingly adopt her daughter, and
You're right, Trina. Yep.
yeah,
A lot of children are trafficked, especially with international adoptions. I do want to
yeah.
say one last thing, because someone brought up, well, I think it was the adopted mom who
Farming,
said,
y'all. I'm sorry, Carlos. Farming, y'all. It's farming. That's the name of the documentary.
oh, no problem.
Yep, Trina,
One last
right.
thing.
It's about farming.
Let's not say that
big
black
money.
people. Let's not say that black people don't take care of our children. We are the least likely population to adopt because we understand the legalities, and we also don't want Uncle Sam in our house telling us what to do because we know how dangerous that can be. Now, on the flip side, we are the #1 community that does kinship care. Are you guys familiar with kinship care or guardianship? How many of you guys grew up with uncles or cousins or aunts? Right? All of us know at least 1 or 2 black people that grew up with their family. These are not statistics, right? There's no stats on that because they're not in the system. So when we're looking at, only 8% of black people adopt, that is true. But if you look at how many black people are doing kinship care or guardianship, majority of us are doing that, right? So that's what I want to leave you guys with. I did want to plug my book real quick. It's called Ward of the State, A Memoir of Foster Care. It's
Oh,
available.
don't do that. Hey, don't do that, Carlos.
Oh.
Don't do that. If you're gonna plug your book, don't disrespect Diamond like that.
Well, I'm not disrespecting.
Message
I'm
her.
not
Go to
disrespecting
her
that.
website and promote it and pay for the promotion. She'll give you time.
Okay,
Don't
well,
do
here's
that.
it.
If she gave you permission to do it, fine. But if she didn't give you permission to do it, don't do that. I'm gonna stop you.
Thank
You've
you.
been
Well,
doing
Diamond,
good
can I-
right now.
Okay,
Don't do that.
Okay, boss man. Can I ask?
So go ahead and pay for the promotion like everybody else. Other people do it all the time. Poetic already come in and promote her show on Saturdays. Do it the right way. I'm not gonna be quiet.
Hold on. Mr. Boss Man,
Respect Diamond.
I respect
Carlos,
Diamond.
I ain't got no problem with you. Respect her.
Boss Man, I don't have no problem with you either. But I just sat up here for 45 minutes and gave emotional labor, and I gave emotional work.
I don't care about the labor. You're not gonna do that. Your labor. You participated in a topic, and that's what it is. So you wanna promote your goddamn book? You gonna do it the right way and pay her and write the right way. This is her time and this is her business. Nah, brother, you fucking up right now. I don't give a shit. You said some good shit, but right now you're not gonna disrespect this black woman and her platform. You better drop that shit on down. You tripping right now.
Well, I will let the black woman.
I don't give a damn what you just promoted what you just shared to the damn topic. But you on some wrong shit right now, brother.
So I apologize for upsetting you.
Dance your ass on back, goddamn. I don't give a damn.
And this is how
either you apologize or tap dance your ass on back in them goddamn comments, because I ain't gonna let you get a word in, because you just disrespected Diamond, and you ain't gonna get a goddamn word in. You know your ass was wrong.
So hold on, wait. So let me.
Shit. Fuck wrong with you?
So Carlos, you said that you were just on here and you gave out emotional labor
for the comment section, not towards you, Diamond.
Oh, okay. Because
I apologize if you took that as any disrespect, and I didn't know that you had paid promotions. I didn't know. I will shoot you $20 or whatever your promotions is as soon as I get off.
Ain't no $20. You go to her website and you pay like any other YT company. She got a business. $20. You ain't gonna goddamn make her seem minuscule like that, brother. Go tap on her page, go to her website, you see where it say promotions, you'll see the fees, you'll contact her, and you'll get a whole hour for your book. Nah, man, you just talking about $20? I don't give a damn anybody got a problem with what I'm doing right now. Your ass is wrong. Dude, you making it worse and worse. Just drop or shut the hell or get back on topic.
Somebody drop me.
You disrespected this sister. So because you've been speaking, you've been breaking up little by little. You've been breaking up your damn book. Yeah, just like I wrote 2 books. And I experienced this. But then I wrote, you trying to be slick. Shit is not gonna work. You ain't gonna overtalk me, so I don't give a damn. Your ass was trying to be slick, Carlos, and I saw through that shit. And then you want to try to be minuscule. I want to send you $20. No, your ass is fucking wrong, and you ain't gonna slide with shit today. I don't give a damn. Ain't nobody being extra. Ain't nobody being extra. I don't give a damn. Your ass got called up, so you take your goddamn Jiminy Cricket voice on and go about your business and goddamn take your ass on. Trying to get some free promotion out here, and then you want to make it seem like she minuscule, talking about I'm gonna send you $20.
You ain't running that card.
Take your goddamn ass on out of here.
You're running your mouth.
I don't give a damn what you say. Your ass trying to be slick, and then you got busted out. You got busted out, and you have to go nowhere, but you ain't gonna get a word in. Best believe that, you old slick cricket. Your slick cricket voice ass Negro. You ain't gonna get shit in today. You want to try to make us damn seem minuscule, talking about $20.
Is this how you treat people who come onto the platform to try to educate you? You're a gutter snipe and a vagabond. You're not worth the doctors reaching you out of your mama's vagina and bringing you to your world. Your mama knew you weren't shit when she saw you the first time she saw you. I didn't disrespect anyone, but I will not be disrespected by a nigga who doesn't even have enough money to get health insurance. Fix your teeth and fix your attitude before you come at me, please.
So Carlos, so let me say something to you. So all of that speech that you had about everybody else and what's the difference and what's not, you think that last statement makes you look any better than that story?
It makes me a human being. It makes me a human being because I did not have to be disrespected when I just made one simple mistake. It makes
why stoop to that level?
Because I wanted to. Why allow anyone? I didn't get to where I was in life by allowing broke bitches to speak to me any type of way. The reason I live in a $700,000 house is because I stand.
I'm gonna drop Diamond. Can anybody give a damn about what kind of house he live in? He trying to play in your face and try to sneak promote. I'm gonna go ahead and drop.
I mean, it's
Because
not
they
that,
trying to
but
be
look,
You
slick.
just
but look,
disrespected me to my face.
but
You could
look.
have said, "Hey, Carlos, there's a proper way to do this on this platform. You need to respectfully pay Diamond."
I did do
No, you
that. And
didn't.
then
You
you throwing in
screamed
her
at
face
me.
talking about here's
You
$20.
screamed
I
at me.
did do that.
No,
You
you
kept
didn't.
on.
No, you didn't,
I'm
sir.
finna drop Diamond.
There was an articulate way to tell me what the information that you needed to tell me.
That
I
that
appreciate that
is
you telling me that, but
Carlos.
I do not have
That
to
is correct.
respond with
That is
respect
correct.
on any
But
disrespect.
Boss Man is very, very much favored
I
up in
don't
this
give a fuck
panel.
if he's Jesus Christ. You're not going to
But
disrespect me.
no, listen, it doesn't matter about that, right?
I get what he's saying. I do.
Right, because Carlos, listen, I hear you, honey, but respectfully, my promotions are not $20.
If he cut me off, I said, or whatever it is. He kept cutting me off. I never want to disrespect you. I come and I watch you a lot. I never come on. I do appreciate your show. I love your show. I appreciate you letting me come up and get some information. If you took that, I was just responding to the comments, and that was my bad. I do apologize, Diamond. I did not mean any personal disrespect, and I will go check out the website. Always shine your light, y'all. But that, yeah, I don't let anyone disrespect me. And I do apologize if I did disrespect you. That was not my intention, Diamond.
Okay, no worries. Thank you, Carlos.
Well,
Can I
I
speak?
knew how that was gonna go.
No, nah, man. I'm a say something, and I'm a breeze out. I don't really be understanding what y'all motives are, but y'all really don't be standing on shit. Y'all live in chaos, and it's really disgusting. I will say, if y'all gonna actually stand on something, have some moral and have integrity. If y'all really up in here for the entertainment, that's cool. But y'all, at the end of the day, you gonna go off this planet understanding that you waste time and people's time and your own time at that. So if you ain't really got nothing to show for it, then all this entertaining can be good just for one reason. But if you ain't really doing much with it, you just waste of space. There was a lot of intellectual people that come up here and talk, but the thing that really curves the ball is where the surface level shit that just gets thrown in the mix, and we get segued off into some shit that's not even important. Disrespect is never a good thing. I don't agree with it. However, the man felt the need to express himself. I felt that it should have been respected all through. But for some odd reason, the little anecdotes and the snippets, y'all feel the need to come off mute to make yourself notice. It is a disrespect. And most of the time, when y'all run over and try to talk over people, it's a sign of your ignorance and not being able to allow somebody to be able to give you some knowledge, whether if you agree with it or not. You don't have to, but you can. If you take the time to come up on a panel to talk to people, obviously you have the time to respect them. And if you don't really want to share that, then you can just drop down and nobody have to hear from you. Or you can go to your own shit and do what you need to do. But don't wait until the last minute where everybody is gone and you got something to say and you didn't even add on to nothing that was going on, right or wrong. Have a
What's
good
up,
day,
Diamond?
Diamond.
All right, Mello, you be safe, bro.
Hey, Diamond, I'm
Yes.
just here to defend Boss Man. Because Carlos just said before he dropped, he watched your show all the time. So technically, he was penalizing in your face, and Boss Man had every right to jump on his ass. Because if you watch your show all the time, you know how it goes over here. So that's what I was like. Stop playing in people's fucking face with all that lying and bullshit trying to get clout. So I'm about to slide on now.
But I just want to ask, like, on some real shit. I ain't gonna lie, the man gave out some factual information. What he went through is what he went through. But at the end, when he got into it with Boss Man just then, and he started attacking Boss Man as a man and trying to call him broke and perpetuating black
Man,
stereotypes, it was like, bro, you just said you just took 15 years to unlearn all this stuff, but then you went right back into it.
yeah,
And it's
cause
like,
KKK,
yeah, it was
yeah,
like,
cause I
what was
heard what he
that?
said, bro. Yeah, he said he was
Yeah.
raised by some supremacists, so that stuff started coming out. He said the N word with the R, like he was going in now. That I was like, shh. You know what I'm
What the
saying?
fuck?
So, you know,
And
his character showed though.
he
He
is
could get up
rough.
here and talk all day long, but
That's
who he
why I
was
bring
really
him up.
came out though. And that's how I feel
But it,
about go ahead.
if he watched Diamond all the time,
I
then he
came
know
earlier.
Boss Man. That's just how Boss Man talk. He's loud. He's rough. You know, he edgy. That's how Boss Man talk. He don't be meaning no disrespect, but he will get disrespectful if you disrespect or violate. But I mean, it, I don't know. The writing on the wall for me. The writing on the wall. That's all I'm
I
saying.
just want to chime in and I'm gonna drop real quick. I just feel like y'all have to understand when a person is being disrespected, it can be reciprocated and it can be okay. Boss Man, his approach was wrong. Let's not sit up here and be biased just because he's always in here with Diamond. And I like Boss Man, he cool, but maybe he don't know Boss Man as much as he know Diamond. And Boss Man could have went on and told him about the promotion without disrespecting him. He was disrespected first. It don't matter if I just taught a whole classroom. If a bitch comes disrespecting me, I'm on that. Like, I'm going to be on that. Like, let's not be naive about the
Yeah.
situation. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Like,
And it kind of seems like
the thing
it
is
kind of.
though,
And I'm about to
he's
drop.
an
I'm about
adopted.
to drop. But I just want to say this, like from the audience, this is the first morning I've really been able to enjoy the live. The vibes was vibing. I'm over here cracking up, getting knowledge, all of that. Boom. Then here come Boss Man with the goddamn monkey wrench. Like, come on. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't called for. It was
He probably
weird.
could have said it. He could have said it a different way. Like I
You guys
mean,
know
you
me
know,
Boss
And I
bad.
man,
don't get
Like, come
like how
on.
people be up here just trying to defend that and act like Boss Man wasn't screaming and dude was in the wrong. Dude was, hey,
He
maybe he
wasn't
didn't
in the
know.
wrong.
Then y'all gonna assume he knew, like he been watching it. Like
But I'm going to
people
drop. Y'all
be,
have a good morning.
a
I'm going
lot
to
of
continue
people
watching
be on
y'all.
here. Like Diamond is like on here doing her thing. She ain't say nothing crazy. Boss Man stepped out of line. That's a grown man. He could defend himself. He could have stayed up. Then y'all
Right.
want to sit here and baby him like Boss
boss,
Man drop.
Yeah,
Well,
like
y'all
the
know
coddling is the
hey, that's
coddling of a
weird as
grown ass
fuck.
man for
ain't
me. It's
nobody,
kind of like, come on.
I
ain't
ain't
nobody
saying Boss
babying
Man went
boss man. The
wrong, but
deal
what
is
I'm
boss
saying
man
But
came
I'm
is
on
just
the
saying,
panel.
y'all grown ass man
Yeah.
coddling another man that can speak for
no, no,
himself.
no, no. Boss man
No, ain't
always
nobody
go
hollering
hard for
boss
Diamond.
man, man.
Anybody come up here and trying
But
Right.
to
dude didn't do
promote
it.
or
He
Dude made
talks
slick
an
though.
slide
excuse for it.
something
Here's
He
in,
the
always
other
making an
thing.
boss
excuse
man,
for it.
boss man gonna snap. That's just the way he is. He
Okay,
It's
always been
cool.
so
like
So
that.
so
don't be
what?
mad when somebody
And
else
then
snap on
I would
him.
like to speak, but Milk's been waiting a long time up on the top box, and then I wanted to just answer the question.
Thank you. The same.
Y'all go ahead.
Okay. Um, Good morning, everybody. I just it's been a lot that's been discussed. I'm not gonna hit everything, but I just want to say I was never adopted, first of all, but I was a foster child starting at the month 8 months old. That was my first foster home. Moving along, like Jeff said, yeah, it's harder to adopt black children. Do I think that white tea people should be adopting children of color? I'm gonna say that's a touchy subject. It just depends. It's, hit or miss, in my opinion, um, for a lot of different reasons. One being that I feel like it's my responsibility as an African American woman to teach my white friends how to do that black child's hair. Okay, um, if they want to receive that information, then yeah, I feel like I'm helping somewhere. But either way it goes, it took me a while to get out of the foster system. I had three siblings that we were all split up. I'm also from the state of Michigan. Piggybacking off of what Carlos said, it is harder for people in Michigan, especially the system, the way the system is run here in Michigan is horrible. I had to fight to get emancipated by the age of 13 because I was trying to get my siblings all back together and pull them out of all these different foster homes. I mean, I've been from here to California in different foster homes, different schools. Like it's a mess. And then when I got older, I had children of my own, but when I got older, I ended up becoming a foster parent. And just like Carlos was saying, they rank the children. And when I was in foster care and being a foster parent, I watched other children move out into the system, get adopted quicker than our children. And I say our children, meaning, our black babies. So I I mean, the perspective of should whoever or whatever race adopts or not, I think that's a touchy situation because I've been in foster homes with white people who were racist and in foster homes with white people who were not, and they were loving and caring. So, I just think that it's just where these people come from, they live, their values, their morals, all that is a big factor in it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
That was deep.
Agreed. Can I go real quick? Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, to answer your question, should a YT family be able to adopt a black child? My answer would fully be yes. I worked in childcare and daycare before and after school for almost 15 years. And I met so many different families. And there was this one family that I will never forget. She had 4 little boys, and they were in the same family, but they were all separated in different foster homes for so long because no one wanted to take all of them. So she adopted all of them and went through everything she needed to do because she wanted to keep them all together. And I'll just never forget this woman. Like, she went to great lengths to learn his family history, culture, learning to do hair, getting him in certain sports, church programs for the older ones. And I used to leave work and go ref the soccer field. And Corey was up here earlier talking about how a lot of white people might do it for clout or something. And I don't know. I mean, maybe, but this woman in particular, and I've saw lots of families throughout my years of doing childcare, she would have to sit in the car because her baby would be in the back seat sleeping, and she's got him on the field. She's got the 2 other getting dropped off. And I feel like sometimes you don't have a full understanding of a family and their dynamics and everything that goes on. Yes, did this woman get money from the state to take care of all these children? Yes, she did. But I'll tell you, she busted her ass doing it. And she took it very seriously, and they were her babies. And I just feel like we're all there's going to be white people that are definitely not cut out for it and shouldn't do it or are doing it for the wrong reasons. But then you're going to have the good ones. And there is really good ones too. And I would rather see not so many kids shipped from home to home and in a real home. I just feel like if I were to do that, I would really make sure that I made the culture be a very important, and they would know the real history. And I don't know. I feel like sometimes people don't realize that we're not all the same for real. That's all I got.
I wanted to say this too real quick, that when black people come up here and be like their defense of why white people shouldn't adopt black kids is because their hair, that's the most ignorant thing I ever heard. You think a kid in foster care about their hair or a home?
Well, that was the first thing that was said on here when the question was given. That was the first
That's
reply.
what I'm saying. I'd rather hey, I can be bald-headed with a home and not be in a foster care system and be happy. We got to get off these little things like hair. We're so attached to hair, that defines you as a human being. It doesn't.
It's definitely a fucking factor.
It's a factor to black people because you think that's defines you. That don't define you. You think hair really defines
is a vital part of our culture.
But you're not getting what I'm saying. It needs to be undone because hair doesn't define you as a human being. Is hair going to stop cancer? Is hair going to help rockets get to? Is hair going to feed a village? You sound foolish.
No, I don't.
And I'm getting my point across, and I didn't need you to interject because you're stuck on hair.
What you need?
I'm just saying, if you think hair is going to pay your bills, then go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to walk in. I'm going to walk in with my hair, and they're going to give me a job because my hair.
What?
I'm just saying, you just sound ignorant, man. Don't talk to me.
No, you sound ignorant.
Kids don't care about no damn hair. They want a home. Kids don't care about no hair. Kids that's in foster care want a home.
Do you
What
have
does that
kids?
have to do with what
Do
I'm
you have
saying? And I'm
kids?
not answering your
Do you have
question because you
kids?
sound ignorant.
Because you clearly don't. Yes,
I'm
they
not
do.
answering your questions because you sound
Because you
ignorant.
clearly don't.
Because you're over here talking about hair.
Yeah,
Look
no, I
at you,
don't.
like you talking about some hair.
Oh my
We're talking
God.
about kids.
Bottom line is,
Right. Kids
the
care
bottom
about
line
that.
is that the children go to a household that has at least some sort of culture, at least raising children in an environment that's rather regardless of the color. Regardless, I have a close friend who has adopted, not adopted, but fostered, actually, a black child and at the same time. It's about the person who fosters, and it is working out really well. She does extremely well with both. To girls up the
Hey,
state
bro, you breaking up super
that
bad.
I guess
I can't hear
I
you.
thought it was just
I
me.
guess with Trina, I got it.
You
The
breaking
guy
up
was at the
real
top
bad.
block that went in with the boss man.
Brother, you breaking up
Oh,
bad.
okay. The guy that was in the top box. Okay, the guy that was in the top box that was in with the boss man. Yeah, he's correct on
Hey, everybody.
within. There are supremacists that do exist. As a matter of fact, there have been areas that I've worked in that have people that have residences in those areas still. But that should not hinder your idea or your goal of trying to adopt or foster a child. I hate it for what had happened to him, but I mean, that just the way the system placed him. So kudos to him for making it and being successful is all I wanted to say.
Okay, so y'all, hold on 1 second. Some of y'all might have caught us straight, but they just paid for the whole panel to be dropped.
I knew that.
No problem.
Yeah, I just came up.
Oh yeah, you caught it straight too. You in the
I
box
didn't
now.
even get an
You got to go.
opportunity to talk.
It don't make no
Right.
difference. I'll see y'all later. See you later, Diamond.
All right.
Well, I just wanted to say this before I drop. We need to stop caring about hair and care about the kids finding a home. And that's not the overall goal is can they do hair or not? Can they give them an education? Can they give them a future? If you stuck on hair, why the kids shouldn't be an adopt, that's crazy to me. And I don't think that should be a valid reason why a YT person shouldn't adopt a black kid.
If I may, Jigga, being someone who was raised in the foster care system, I was never officially adopted, but I was in different foster homes. Hair does make a big difference in the YT homes. Reason being is, as a young black girl, I can remember going to school with my hair looking any kind of way.
No, April, honey, you did your final words, so it can't be long.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, it does make a difference. But not only does it make a difference, it's how the people treated us. And a lot of the YT homes that I was personally in, they didn't treat me right. I was the little nigga kid. You know what I mean? So if they're going to do it, they need to do it for the right reasons, and they need to do it not to have a doll, a little black doll on their hip.
Okay. Go ahead, that boy.
All right, y'all be safe. Hair plays a part in your spirituality as a black person, especially us with the locks. Shout out to Trina. But y'all be safe and have a blessed one. And stop throwing your money.
Go ahead, Trina.
Oh, all I wanted to say is, don't you ever tell me I sound ignorant. You sound like a damn ignorant fool. I know what the hell I'm talking about. Hair is a big part of our culture. It's always been a part of our culture. It's been a part of safety. It's been a part of many things in our expressing ourselves. And I can tell you ain't got no kids around. And if you do, you ain't tapped in because kids do care about their hair a lot. And I never said that's the only thing that matters. Bye, Diamond. Have a good day. See y'all at the gala. And all my dresses fit.
Drea.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make a quick point. Hair does matter. I had a young lady that was with me for a minute, and they moved her to East Tennessee, where there were people who did not look like. Was I in the box when they I'm dropped too?
Yeah.
I know you lying. Okay, there y'all.
Oh, child. All right. So they paid for the whole panel to be dropped. There are other people requesting. Give me a second. My take on should YT be able to adopt Black children. I'm kind of on the fence with that question because yeah, I'm okay. What's wrong? Q, don't laugh. I'm on the fence with it, because a part of me do feel like they should, and then a part of me feel like they shouldn't, right? So, and only the only part of me that feel like they shouldn't is because they don't know a lot about us and our culture. So, it's a lot that they would have to learn to be able to kind of understand how we are and where we come from. So that's my part on that. They don't know a lot about us. So and the same is, vice versa with us adopting a YT child. We don't, know a lot about them. But that's just my opinion. Opinions like assholes. Okay, so got a whole new panel coming in. All right. You have mixed emotions? Yes, I do. Our ancestors took care of the YT children. They did. I seen a lot of the movies. And the YT kids loved their nannies. It's almost like they loved their nannies more than they loved their mom, their parents. I seen it in the movies. Like it's like they were getting the love and the care. And all their parents did was provide, if that makes sense. Right. All the parents did was provide, and then kind of threw all the responsibility of the child onto the nanny. So, yeah, I seen it in the movies, and yeah, it was. And then when the nanny would go home, right? When the nanny would get ready to go home, the kids would actually cry for the nanny. They didn't even want the nanny to have off days. They didn't want nanny to have off days. And they would actually cry for the nanny. And then some of them, y'all call them to help. Okay. Y'all want to come to help. And then some of them, some of them wanted the help to move in. But they would have them doing so much stuff and it's so much responsibility and pay them like nickels and dimes. Pay them pennies. And they're doing so much. Oh, the movie is called The Help. Oh, okay. Well, shit. I mean, they got a lot of other movies too out there like that. I'm telling y'all. I done seen them movies. Now, but for me, just my opinion, I would, even though we fight, even though y'all beat me up on this internet because y'all will not come and fuck with me in real life, I still would rather be on my side of the fence with my people. You know what I mean? I do like the Caucasian, I do like to hang out with them and kind of learn, some things about them. But I would prefer a Black family to adopt me if I were in that position to be adopted. Yeah, y'all be getting on my nerves though. Like, let's be honest, like, we get on each other's nerves real bad. Real bad. Real bad. real bad. Like, watch. Let me show you how real. Let me show you how bad. Now, Bun, you was just dropped. You can't come here drop. See, that's what I be talking about. Real bad. Real
Hey,
bad.
Diamond, real quick. How you doing, baby?
Hey.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. Hear me out. Diamond, you know I love you. We're gonna see you September 14th. But I tell you one motherfucking thing.
You got my handicap stickers.
I got your handicap stickers, baby.
Listen, I need to meet you somewhere.
Listen.
I'm tired of parking. I'm tired of fighting these folks about parking spaces. I need to be in the front.
Hell, if you ain't careful with the way I just dropped them motherfuckers, I might overnight to you. You hear me? And listen, I'ma drop you motherfuckers every goddamn chance I get. Y'all get up here with that goddamn food shit. I'ma drop you some bitches. I ain't lying. Love you, baby. I'll see y'all later.
All right, babe. Listen, man, I ain't about to play with y'all. But listen, I was glad though. You know, a couple of I call them Caucasian. Y'all be calling them YT and stuff, and white people Caucasian. You know, shit. I call them Caucasian. Was able to get in here and speak. Was comfortable enough to speak. Let me say that. But we gon' Hey, Charles. Hey.
Good morning. How are you, Diamond?
I'll
How are
let
you
him
feeling,
go.
by the way?
Chocolate Babe was up here front.
Yes, absolutely. Go
Hey,
ahead.
Diamond. Hey, everybody. I just wanted to come up and say, if nobody have seen that show, This Is Us, please go watch that show. It's a really great show, and it literally everything that everybody is saying happened on that show. It's about this white couple. They adopted a black baby, and they had triplets. She was pregnant with triplets. One of them died, and just so happened the parent, the father, left the black baby at the fire station the same day, and they decided to adopt that baby. But everything that the family went through, everything that the child went through, they explained everything in that movie. So that's all I wanted to say.
Where can we find that show at, babe?
It's on Netflix now, and it was on Hulu. I'm not really sure where else, but it is on Netflix though. Really good movie.
Okay, babe. So Netflix. Okay, Netflix.
Yeah. Called This Is Us.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, Diamond. How are you feeling, by the way, really quick?
I'm okay.
Good deal. So I'm going to be very honest about this topic, and I am kind of in the same boat you are, actually, with the way I think. And this is why I say I don't think that it's the best choice. Now, I know that I would be able to love a black child all day long. Okay, they're beautiful babies, amazing children, amazing people.
Wait. Somebody said
But the truth is,
hold on, wait. Somebody said this isn't good, looking good for you, Diamond. What's not looking good? What's not looking good, Carolyn?
Who, me?
Yeah. Y'all see that? Diamond, I watched Vaudeville. That movie you suggested. It was good, wasn't it? It was good, wasn't it? To my dick's not looking good. See what I'm tired of y'all? I'm tired of fighting with y'all. Y'all get on my damn nerves. Cause I be mad. Cause I can't slap the out of your ass in person. Go ahead. Watching losing Isaiah. I see Isaiah. Isaiah do the thing.
So what I was saying is that the truth be known, though, is even though I could love that child and teach that child the things that I know, the truth is there's a lot of stuff that I don't know about the cultural base and history and all those things that I didn't learn until I even got onto TikTok. And I wasn't on TikTok till 3 years ago, I probably think, when we first met each other on here when you were still back in the booth. So the truth is there would be so many things that that the child would miss out on, right? Historical bases and all those different things that I wouldn't know. The other thing is I'm going to be honest and tell you that I know nothing about Sassy, you got an echo. The other thing is I don't know anything about how to take care of certain people's hair. I mean, all I know is really I'm a single dad, so I just cut hair off and be done with it, right? So I don't know anything about all that stuff. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that I would not be able to provide, to be truthful, right? So I'm just being honest. It doesn't mean that I can't love that child with everything I have, but how much would they miss out on? That's just my opinion.
Charles. Okay. I'm gonna get mine, okay? Because I am, and was a foster mom here in Florida. I have 3, 2 that I adopted, 1 that I haven't, okay? And Diamond, I have foster parents right now still today call me, white tea people, when they have African American children in their homes. Tracy, what do I use on their hair? What can I do this? I say, listen, I'm gonna tell you what store to go to. And I'm going to tell you what you can use. So whether the child is mixed that's in their home or the child is straight out African American, I don't mind helping anybody out because I hate seeing that we had over 176 children in care. But I specialize in children whose parents are going to be incarcerated before the child turns 18 years old. And so that's what I do on the side. It is hurtful because, they wouldn't give me. I had a student in my classroom at the time, and he was 4 years old. And because he was special need and everything, and he was white tea, but the lady said, no, I didn't know he had these many problems. And I said, so what you trying to do? And she said, I want to give him back. They won't answer my calls. They won't answer my emails, Miss Tracy. And she said, but he loves you. I said, yeah, he loves me because I understand him. He can't talk, but I know what he wants when he wants it. And then that's when she said, well, why don't you take him? I said, I doubt if they're going to give him to me. I don't think they're going to do that. And guess what? We fought for almost 2 years, and they would not give that baby to me. They would not give it to me. And I knew it was because I was a young, single, black mom. But it was okay that you can give me three black African-American children, but not once would they ever place a white child with me. Yeah.
Good morning, Diamond. Good morning, panel. Good morning, Carmen.
Good morning.
I'm gonna speak on this. I'm a YT woman. I have biracial children. It is in any person who decides to be with somebody, adopt somebody outside of their culture, it is your responsibility to understand that culture. It's not going to be peaches and cream. They have a culture. They have the way that you do things. You cannot get ahead with somebody outside of your culture and expect that it's going to be peaches and cream. With children that are biracial, you have to understand they may look different, even Asians, even Mexican, whoever it may be. You have to understand their culture, what it's going to be based upon. Are you going to look different? Are you going to be judged? Are you not dark enough? Are you not light enough? Or you have a mixed or interracial family? It is your responsibility to educate and learn and teach your children who you choose to adopt, who you choose to raise. You need to understand about their culture because it is part of them. It is part of them. So for you to get ahead and say that you're going to adopt somebody, you can adopt them, you can love them, you can be all the nurturing that you want. But they have a culture. And it's your responsibility to understand what's going to happen. What is going to happen? Are they going to get, if it's a white person, a white person going ahead and adopting a black, are you going to understand that when a cop gets stopped, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Are they going to automatically look at that child and that mother or that father's got to turn around and hush their mouth? And they got to turn around and they can't say things, they can't do things. The educational system doesn't teach you about half of the fucking shit. They don't teach you about half of the fucking shit. The Emmett Till and what happened and what this, they teach you what they think you need to know. Yes, hair is a major part of that. Kids are the most critical people. Kids are the most critical people. They're gonna say, "Oh, well, your hair's not done, your edges are not done, this is not done, what you got done." They gonna fucking wring you inside and out. It is very important for you to understand the culture and how they live and what they did to teach them. If you choose to adopt that, you better have a whole village being able to help you raise that child, because you can't do it on your own. You can't do it on your own. There is a whole family that needs to help you. A whole family that needs to help you. You cannot expect to do it by yourself if you've never been a part of that culture. You don't understand the history. You don't understand what words means, the definition of what words mean, the N word. You know, why is that what it is? The Karens, you don't call dreads. You call them locks. There's meaning behind these things. You have to understand the culture, and that goes for anybody that is choosing to adopt any child of any race, whatever the case. You have to understand the culture. It is a huge motherfucking part. Because how can you be selfish to adopt somebody outside of your culture and not understand where they come from? And how they live, how they might be perceived to other people, what they're going to go through, how they're going to live your life, how they're going to be judged, what they're not going to learn in school, how are they going to be viewed upon. That's a huge motherfucking part, a huge part. I deal with this all the time. You can love them until the cows come home, give them all the nurturing, all the love. That doesn't mean you're never going to experience what they experience on a regular basis. A regular motherfucking basis.
But does that
So if
mean
you
that you
choose to do
shouldn't?
that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But does that mean you shouldn't adopt a child from a different race? Like, there are so many kids out here